And we're getting there. Thus, the old political tricks work less and less. They used to be able to say, the Democrats always did that. You're going to cut Social Security. You're going to throw the old people out of their home, and they're going to starve. Who believes that now, like, really? We all know they just spend more and more and more. Right? Bottom line is it's going to be hard to get away with lots of bad policies. We're in a crisis of such magnitude for America that only serious change and serious results will save us. This, by definition, excludes rhino policies. Because those policies are basically, you've got the Republicans that have the accelerator on the gas, the Democrats, and they're already over the cliff. The Republicans, and the car's over the cliff, and they're just saying, well, I'll just step off the gas a little bit. We're still over the cliff. You're not hitting the brakes. You're not averting it. You're not making any real changes. So, you know, the easiest way to say is the Democrats want to grow government by 5% a year, and Republicans that are rhinos want to grow by 2% a year. It's still growing. It's still out of control. I'm going to show that here in a second. Right? What is the crisis? Financial, governance, ethical, confidence, unity in America. Beyond the left-right divide, it's what do we as Americans all agree on? Why is America special? We've talked about that a little bit. Do we believe that we actually have a constitution and it matters? Do we believe that that's the supreme law of the land? Do we believe that we're all in this together? Or do you have your community and your beliefs and I have mine? Do you have one set of rules if you're in a union and I have mine? If I work at Goldman Sachs, do I have a never lose situation whereas you do? If you don't. If we don't have this, we're screwed. Like all of us. That's the real deal. Right? We have to get to that. So, you know, Damon Dunn was talking about this a little bit last night. I mean, the time for BS is over. We were talking about this, right? The time for BS is over. That's done. That doesn't mean that we have to be mean and call names and shout at people and do this. That just means that we need stuff that's going to work. So let's get to the next slide. How bad is it? Maybe my numbers are wrong, but I just got these. Maybe Tom Campbell's numbers are wrong, but it doesn't matter. $14.6 trillion in debt. That's the latest stuff that I've got. Deficit as a percentage of GDP, 10.6%. That's almost 5 times worse than Bush's in his worst year. They like to say, I guess it's still Bush's economy because it's bad. You know, all this hope and change, it was going to be, woo, immediate. The Messiah had come. Right? No, it's horrible. This guy's made it so much worse. Right? And so the real question is, when you want to get along, and I can work with the other side, which part of that financial ruin do Republicans want to be bipartisan with? None. Right? None. Right? Which part of a little bit debt do you want to be part of? A little bit bankrupt. Are we getting it? Are you feeling it? The GOP is messed up too. We know that. Submit it. Say, okay, you know what? We screwed up. Now we're ready to get back to business. Just not as bad. We have to change course now. Let's get to the next. Again, we've seen here the only time in our entire history that we've ever had debt this bad. World War II. Well, we're not fighting a war. We're not fighting Hitler. Things were kind of bad then. And we had a way to bounce back because we got women into the workforce in a big way, which we haven't done since. I mean, where do we go from here? We're on the precipice. I'm not saying it all ends tomorrow. I'm saying that this better sober you up. This doesn't sober you up. That's a problem. Let's get to that. Statism that works is built on lies. We talked about that, right? What is statism? Again, communism, socialism, fascism, liberalism, progressive, it doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. Never works. That means state control, right? That means there's someone, whether it's a Politburo, a king, a czar, a dictator, runs the whole show and tells you what to do. Left-wing ideologies. They're all left-wing ideologies. You know, they have, maybe some of them, because again, people in my family, they have good intentions. You know, I just want to feed everybody. Like you talk about the paradise, was going to come. If we killed everyone that was against it, then we're fine. We all agree. Right? They have these ideas that they want to do, and some are very well intentioned. But in order to do it, they just have to have control. I just got to take your money. If you give me your money, I know what to do with it. if you just don't speak out against me, if we don't have elections anymore in Venezuela, it'll be fine. Really? Okay. That's antithetical to freedom and liberty. It's built on lies, economic fiction. Hey, I know what you need better than you do for the next year. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Everyone's going to work the same amount if nobody has incentive to do a dang thing. It'll be fine. Fiction. Good intentions. Bad policies. The government knows better than you. If you like to bait and switch marketing, outright lies about what their policies are and the effects that they have, it doesn't work. No statist country ever held the top GDP production for any length of time. None. Zero. Zip. If it's so great, and we have, whether it's in Europe or China or anywhere else, if it's so great, why has it never worked? Well, they just didn't do it right, John. It wasn't pure communism. All right. I see. Statist countries comprise the poorest countries in the world with the lowest standard of living. True story. We get the picture here. That's not good. What we need to do, and I want to talk to the panel about this, is sell conservatism hard. Conservative policies work. Low taxes, less regulation, more freedom, more liberty, pro-family, self-reliance and dignity. This must be sold 24/7 using the most advanced, cool, cutting-edge methods. It's our job, it's our lives, it's our country, it's our beliefs, it's our dignity. You've heard from these panelists that have lived in other systems, or whether it's the Hollywood system, right? Whether it's a diverse system, whether it's over there in Ukraine. If you don't do it, they're coming for you. It's like that, it's like that saying in Nazi Germany. First they came for the Jews and I said nothing. Then they came for the Catholics and I said nothing. Then they came for the other people and I said nothing. And then they came for me and no one was else to say anything. Right? I mean, what we've all lived through, definitely on this panel here, the last 2 years, is being at the edge of losing almost everything because they came after you and targeted you. This White House will do that. These astroturfers will do that. And we're lucky now that people are fighting. We got a little space now. We got a reprieve. But they're not done. They're never done. This battle has been forever. There is a battle between people that want to control you, and that's freedom. Benjamin Franklin, when he was asked, coming out of the Constitutional Congress, what system did you give us? A republic, if you can keep it. Read Alexis de Tocqueville. You want to arm yourself? Read Alexis de Tocqueville. A Frenchman that came over here to this country to study democracy as it was being put together, proposed. But wonderful treaty and discussion that Federalists of April. So what it really takes, free press, and alert citizenry. I mean, and that's the thing, like, you know, in my other life or whatever, you know, I was a 4-time national champion powerlifter, trained a bunch of pro athletes and whatnot, and people would talk to me, and you know, Mark McGuire was a friend of mine. I trained him in that whole thing. I trained him clean, and we have a whole thing. We're going to talk about that later, another day. But people do the same thing there. Oh, John, drugs, this and that. Oh, John, this and that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And my answer is always the same. You know, nothing you do means anything unless you're ready to work. That is true for anything in life. Studying, dieting, working out, politics, work, anything. You got to work. Let's go to the next one real quick. Change the broken system. Lobbyists, lifetime bureaucrats, politicians that control Washington, D.C. Taxes are too high, they almost never go down. Bureaucracies never go away, they only grow. You never get rid of them. Just like these dang tolls on the bridge. They always sell it the same way. We just need this toll just to pay for the bridge. It's $2 today, you know, it'll be gone in 5 years. Does it ever go? No, it only goes up. I remember when the toll across the Bay Bridge was $1. It's going to be $5 now. I mean, I'm not a kid, but I'm not that old.
But I thought that our taxes paid for public works.
Right? Right? Get rid of that. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. This is craziness. The federal government keeps growing and spending out of control. Spending never really gets cut. It never really gets cut. And I don't care. I mean, I still, my family, even if you're a liberal, yeah, we got to burn through this. Even if you're a liberal, like, you look at this system and it's like, wait a minute, it's just too much. It's like eating or something like that, right? maybe I want to be really cut. I need a diet. Eat like half as much as I eat in a year, in a day, and do all my cardio, this and that, whatever. Maybe you just say you don't care so much. You're just going to eat a little pizza, this and that, whatever. That's fine. But when you eat a pizza every hour of the day, at a certain point, it's not going to work out. See, making it simple. That's what I do, right? It's not going to work out.
It's a fact.
That's what we're doing now. I mean, that's where we're at with this government. I mean, you just can't go up there and be part of the buddy system and all that. And that's what the Tea Party was all about. That's what you saw in Tennessee.